7 tricks that stylists use to give summer dresses a completely different elegance and change the way people look at you when you walk into a room. There's one detail I'm saving for the end because it's the most transformative of all, but it starts here. Before any accessory, it's the dress itself that needs to be right. Trick 1. The first step seems simple, but it's where many women stumble. She puts on a beautiful dress, looks in the mirror, and feels something is off, that the dress swallows her. This happens when the dress doesn't have a clear line. Ruffles, gathers, and dispersed volume scatter the eye in all directions, and when the eye gets lost in the clothes, the woman disappears. The solution isn't to wear something tighter, it's to wear something with a recognizable design. Look, a loose dress full of gathers against an olive green chemise with a straight drape, narrow belt, and caramel bag. The second has a clear line at the shoulders and décolletage, and that changes everything. Stylists call this architectural silhouette. The structure defines where the eye begins and where it ends. Column dresses, trapeze, chemise, poplin with well-marked seams all maintain their own design, even while being light. The dress can have movement. It just needs to have shape. Trick 2. Now comes a detail that seems small, but changes the reading of any summer dress. And this is 2 of 7. There's a myth that many women have carried for years, that defining the waist means squeezing, that without a marked waist, it's better to leave the dress loose. That's not elegance, that's hiding. Stylists do the opposite. They locate the waist, and there's an enormous difference between locating and compressing. Look at this white chemise dress. Loose, comfortable. Now, with a narrow cognac belt at exactly the right point and a brown sandal, something happens. The silhouette appears. The dress stops floating and starts having proportion. The decisive detail is the position. One finger above or below the natural waist, and the effect disappears. The belt doesn't mark with force. It simply signals where the waist is. This definition can also come from a band of the fabric itself or a seam cut out. In all cases, the waist is perceived. It never seems squeezed. It's a powerful trick, but the next one will make you look differently at something you probably already have in your wardrobe. Trick 3. You wear a light dress with a light bag, light sandals, everything in the same tone, and feel the look came out just right, but also a bit washed out. This is 3 of 7, and it solves exactly that. Stylists rarely solve this problem by adding color. They add texture. Look at a white poplin dress with a caramel leather sandal and a structured woven bag. The colors remain within a close family, white, nude, caramel, but the eye doesn't tire because each piece reflects light differently. The smooth fabric shines softly. The leather is matte. The weave creates shadow. Just that already changes the reading of the entire combination. The detail that decides the surface contrast needs to be visible from a certain distance. Suede next to brushed metal, linen next to leather, materials that exist in different worlds, even if the colors are neighbors. This is what stylists call tonal depth, visually calm, but never lifeless. When the colors come close, the textures need to tell the story. In the next trick, you'll see how to make a print work completely in your favor. Trick 4. Now that you already know how to balance color and texture, here comes a turn that's very worthwhile. This is the 4th of 7. The most common mistake is this. The woman puts on a beautiful floral dress, chooses a bag with another graphic pattern, adds a colorful shoe, and the result is too busy. The eye doesn't know where to land. The clothes are present, but the woman disappears inside them. The correction starts with a simple decision. Only one print at a time, polka dots, stripes, florals, controlled geometric, each works. What doesn't work is competition. Look at this black and white polka dot dress, fluid, midi length, with a black pointed toe flat and a structured ivory short handle bag. The look is already cohesive. But here's where the detail that changes everything enters. If you take a secondary color that exists within the print itself, a caramel, a wine, a blue, and repeat it in just one accessory, something clicks. The look stops seeming assembled and starts seeming considered. This is chromatic anchoring. The print commands, and the accessory confirms. A floral dress in blue and green with a well-structured navy bag and nude sandals. The bag doesn't compete, it anchors. The print draws attention. The tone repeated in the accessory organizes and concludes. In the next one, you'll discover what a very small piece can do for an entire dress, something most people ignore and stylists never fail to use. Trick 5. You use the belt from the previous trick, define the proportion, and the look improved. But there's a piece that does this with even more lightness, and that most women ignore or use the wrong way. Imagine you look in the mirror before going out. The dress is beautiful, the shoe matches, the bag too, everything right, but the look seems complete in the wrong sense. Finished, but without personality, as if a decision was missing. That's exactly where the 5th of 7 tricks enters. A small silk scarf, not as a travel souvenir, as a deliberate choice by someone who thinks about the composition before leaving the house. Look at this short-sleeve ivory chemise dress, caramel sandal, and structured brown bag. It's working, but when you loosely tie a printed silk scarf with wine and gold to the bag strap, something changes. The look gains a point of color that wasn't expected, and at the same time, seems like everything was planned that way from the start. Stylists call this the mobile signature. The scarf has no fixed position. It serves the look wherever the look needs it. In the hair, it pulls the eye toward the face. At the waist, it suggests proportion without compressing anything. On the bag, it adds color depth without swapping any piece. The decisive detail. The print needs to repeat at least one color that already exists in the dress or accessories. Not just any beautiful scarf, the right scarf for that combination. When this happens, it doesn't look added on. It looks like it was always there. Look at the navy front button dress with gold earrings. The printed scarf in blue, caramel, and cream is in the hair. Tied bandana style. No new piece, no strange color, just the impression that this woman knows exactly what she's doing. The next trick changes something that most people never stop to question. And once you understand it, you'll look at your shoes in a completely different way. Before the next trick, let me tell you something. How many times have you opened a closet full of clothes and still thought, I have nothing to wear? The problem isn't a lack of clothes. It's that nobody ever taught you how to combine the pieces you already have. That's why I put together a guide with over 150 looks. Tested one by one, using only 15 pieces you probably already have at home. And the best part, you don't even need to think. Just choose the look, copy it piece by piece, and in 5 minutes, you're ready to go. The link is in the pinned comment and in the description. And if you're watching on TV, just point your phone at the QR code on the screen. Trick 6. And speaking of shoes, this is 6 of 7, and it corrects a mistake most people make without realizing. The logic that seems to make sense is choosing a more substantial shoe to hold the dress, as if it were necessary to anchor the look, and then enters the platform. The thick-soled sneaker, the wide-strap sandal, seeming practical, but the effect is exactly the opposite of what the woman wanted. The shoe draws all the attention to the feet, and the dress disappears. A summer dress has movement. It floats when walking, falls with lightness, breathes. When the shoe has too much volume, it interrupts that rhythm. The silhouette becomes heavy exactly where it should be light. What stylists do is different. They end the look with the least possible weight in the footwear. Look at this navy poplin midi dress with front buttons. Worn with a thick-soled sandal, it loses all its fluidity. The attention goes straight to the floor. Now, the same dress with a low-heel nude T-strap. The line continues, the eye rises, the woman appears whole. A column ivory dress with a pointed toe caramel mule. Or a terracotta floral dress with clean strap nude sandals. The shoe follows. It doesn't compete. The slightly elongated toe, the thin strap, the slingback. These shapes extend the line of the leg without the woman needing to wear high heels. The comfort stays, the visual weight disappears. But there's still a detail missing for the look to be complete. And the next trick resolves that with just 2 pieces, 2, and it's the most transformative of all 7. Trick 7. And we arrive at the 7th trick, the one I promised at the beginning, the one that ties everything together and delivers the most complete look you can have with a summer dress. 2 pieces, just 2, and the difference is immediate. A bag with a defined shape and a piece of jewelry with presence. Not just any bag, a bag with structure, a top handle, a narrower shoulder bag, a daytime clutch with a firm outline. The kind of piece that, when you place it on the table, holds its shape. This matters far more than the size or the brand. And one single main piece of jewelry. A sculptural earring that frames the face. A rigid bracelet that closes the wrist with intention. A brooch at the décolletage. A piece you chose. Not 3, not 5. 1. Look at what happens here. A light black dress, straps, gentle column cut, midi length, an extremely simple dress, a caramel top handle bag, compact structure, on the ear, a gold earring, sculptural shape, almost architectural, just that. And the dress that seemed basic suddenly seems like a choice, seems deliberate, seems truly elegant. Now with the light blue poplin dress, a wine shoulder bag with a discreet gold buckle, a metal bracelet at the wrist. The dress is still the protagonist, but now it has support, has depth, has finish. Stylists call this the polishing duo. The bag organizes the look. The jewelry creates the focal point, each with a different function, and that's precisely why they don't compete. They complete each other. Now imagine everything together. The silhouette with a clean line, the suggested waist, the textures in harmony, the print anchored in the accessories, the scarf with intention, the light shoe, and this precise closing. This is the look that makes people ask what you did differently. It's not an expensive piece. It's a composition, and now you know exactly how to assemble it. If you want to see these 7 tricks applied in complete looks by season, it's already here on the channel. The next video is waiting for you.